round. So yeah, so just in the conversation of this, guys, just so we understand how all this works. Basic concept I'm going to explain first, and then Kirby, I'm going to answer that question. Basic concept is this. You sign up as a 3v3. The first game you're going to play is a joust, right? If you have questions on the layout, you have game setup that's in the Discord, under tournament. There's a channel with, obviously, you need to make sure you put on low spectate so we can get in and watch the spectate the game right away, right? But you're going to play a joust, 3v3. The winning team at the end of that game gets, the captain chooses one member of the losing team that they want to add to their roster, right? After that, you're now going into Siege. In answer to the question, because there's an uneven amount of teams, we didn't reach it to the 32 like I was hoping, right? We're going to do a little bit complicated of a fix, if you will. So if you have this one member that played, or one team played round 1, took a team member, now I have 4 members, but this team got a bye as a joust. You're going to play the next round as a joust. The team that has 4 can pick whatever 3 that they want to play that joust. Obviously, they still will have 4 members. You're still going to reach out and take a member from the losing team and add it. You have 5, and if you go into a siege, but obviously at the end of that culmination, you're going to have 5. To be clear, and I need to make sure that you guys hear me on this, the captain is the only fixed point on your roster. The captain can elect, because you guys sign up as an original 3, I can cut the 2 people and edit as we go throughout the tournament and have a full 4 different players than what I originally started with. That is completely up to the captain. Captains will be reaching out at the end of each game to the chicken directly and saying, this is the member I want to take from the losing team and add it to our roster, right? And that's how we're going to moderate all of this. That person is going to be added. It is a requirement, guys, why we had you come into the Discord, why you're all signing in individually. Every team is required to have one member in one of these voice channels under tournament, screen sharing, so my admins can monitor the games and make sure there's no cheating or anything else that's going on. That is for the purpose, for integrity of the tournament, and make sure that I can make this as competitive and clean and as fun as possible, right? So please do not give us kickback on that. That is the whole reason and thought process behind it. Every team is required at least one person. Obviously, that is completely up to you. If you want to float your full team and just use that, that is part of what the intention is used for, right? Only admins are allowed to jump back and forth in between, and I hold a very strict rule as far as any cheating or jumping back and forth. I will not put up with that. Just so you're aware of how that works. So, Kirby, yes. In answer to your question, if the losing team, if a team loses, technically the captain is available up to be taken. Like typically you would see in the joust. Looks like Fenn's going more so the tanky side. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Hopefully we can see these guys come into lane, maybe. There you go. Perfect. All right, can't fast forward anymore. This is it. Here goes nothing. Make sure you get your predictions in and who's going to win or lose, whether you're all in or just putting a little bit in. Try to get some reward as far as what you're doing. Plenty of redeemables. One of those, when we start doing subbed entries for these tournaments, there's a free entry for the tournament. Let's go down a little bit. Yeah, on her jump forced already. Looking for the brutalize. That's a fair amount of damage already put on to Elion via the on her. Now keep in mind, both the Fen and the Achilles did elect to go more tank side, while the Disco is going to be a predominant part of their damage, versus the traditional comp that you're seeing on the Chaos side, the double DPS. Big pull, double pull with some big damage. Same from Elion's perspective. Come down a little bit. Thank you for all the points ahead of time. Crazy. What's up, Sen? How are you? Elion's getting really poked out. I'm really surprised by some of that positioning. Lantern. Appreciate you, big dog. Now, Elion's got to play a little conscious here. Chaos did secure the red buff, which is kind of huge. Brutalize a little premature. Wasn't able to secure over the hell on her. Now electing to go the blue. Predominantly what I want to see is blue push out this wave and look more so for the purple to try to negate some of the loss of losing red there. Maybe put the purple on either the Achilles or the Fen. On her is stepping up here. And he did secure that. That is pretty rough. Granted, the buffs in Joust, I don't know for those of you that are aware of as far as some of the nerfs, the camps aren't worth as much as the waves. The waves are way more important than most of those buffs, but it's still a loss of just power spike, attack speed, and just prot shred that comes with that. Oh. Backstop. Killer just being annoying. Elion's playing a little bit of arena. That's a big pull. Joust towers hit different. Any big backs? So when you look on the side of the Chaos, you have full glove already on the side of on her. You have full items. I want to see what we're going to see on the Chaos side. Now those are pretty large spikes. So you have full items on the side of Chaos versus Order having nothing. Now Elion did elect to go stacking right away, so hell, obviously leaving a lot of the wave clear. Just going for general poke for the on her so he can get that stacked up right away. And there's that ult versus there's the cleanse immediately. I'm a little concerned on how that Fen's gonna have to play. You're gonna almost always have to force, in my opinion, you're gonna have to try to go and force the hell beads and then know that cooldown and immediately go after it again to punish it. To really get a big value out of that Fen ult, because if hell is ever around, especially it being Paul that's piloting in that hell, I feel like you're never going to get any real value off that Fen ult. A little unfortunate that it was used in that way, but electing to back nonetheless. She gonna stop back? She did stop back. Interesting. Paul looks like he's going to go into breastplate of regrowth for that movement speed. Honestly, 30% movement speed on top of that. So for those of you that might have already won round one, apparently, just so you're aware, team captain of the women team, please message one of my admins, more specifically Chicken, to let them know who you're picking from the losing team so they can try to coordinate that accordingly. So how you're going to handle that. You're not just going to reach out to them directly. That is his go-to every SPL. He does love to build a little bit more Bruiser-esque as far as the hell, which makes sense, especially into the double fizz dive. And like I said, as soon as you gave him the itemization where Fen's going to start going after the Paul, trying to force the beads and then know the timer and force it again, he wants a little bit of that survivability and movement speed that comes with that movement. That is a big opportunity and a big execute from the Achilles. Good damage, forcing out the beads, and there's that timer I was talking about. If they can immediately turn, know that timer, and get Fen ult on cooldown, you can force, possibly kill that hell. Big stride from the Disco. Really good pickup for First Blood. They did lose out on the red buff, but still, good pickup regardless. They're a little conscious here. On her's poked. They are going to all in here. We're a little disconnected. Elion missing some autos. Got the impale though. Almost died to tower. Strive. Ugh. Return. A little bit more back and forth than I was expecting. Joust main territories. True, true. Got to put some respect on the Joust players. All I play is Joust. I mean, honestly, predominantly same. I play Joust and Slash now. That is what I stream. That is what I try to stick around. So I get most of it. So yeah, like to think I do. This was a little bit. That was a really good dive onto the knowing the execution range and really fully sending the Atlas, being a little out of place with that red buff. Like I said, I'm a little scared once this ADC gets online, though. It being Lover Nerd, appreciate the follow, man. Welcome to the Big Blondie crew. I'm a little nervous once they get the ADC online, so they're going to have to run away. Order side is going to really have to play around this pressure that the double frontline mage offers them. Because if you let Chaos stay in the game, an ADC can sneak back into it. I find it interesting, though, that Paul, instead of electing to go for the breastplate of Weedgrowth, just goes for breastplate in general. Maybe wanted the cooldown because he decided to go coin first, getting that 20% cooldown from breastplate versus 10% on regrowth. Little interesting to observe that. Now, I'm really interested to see what we see the Atlas go. I'm assuming Sovereignty, but it decides to go Emperors instead. I'm not really sure how I would have played that, but a little bit different of an observation. Fen going more scaling with the cloak. I'm assuming that looks like into Thebes. Looking for more of that late game and the Genji on the Achilles with Blink. So looking to get a little bit of a jump start. Avi Fen being able to jump in and the Achilles look for a Blink, trying to get on top of them quickly along with the Strife and Disco Ult from range. I don't know why I'm moving. I hate this corner. I'm sorry. I keep biting that. It's crazy. Unfortunate, Strife did not contact. That would have been a great Strife into a Fen jump stun. Honor getting a little poked out. Big one across both DPS from the Disco. Big jump stun. I want to see this Fen ult. Missing that ult is extremely unfortunate considering the beads were... they still didn't get on time. A little force. Disco did get the kill on Elion. Can he get out of range of Paul in the hell, though, with that slow? Good beads for the slow, because Helly's still going to force it. And good immunity frames on the jump. Fen should be able to contact this. Oh, move speed off Atlas Dash. It looks like they're baited the shell, and it is a shell bait. He got baited, chat. Fucking baited by that shell. That is crazy. The Hell Heal, along with that shell, allows him to provide a little bit, just enough to survive that full dive and forcing him to overextend. Fen is so ass and Joust. Damn, Joust straight calling it out. Obviously, the Anhur just electing to do a lot of farming here to kind of make up for it, get online sooner. I'm not really following this build on the Anhur. He went glove, or gauntlet, if you will, into the Dom, needing that mana. Obviously, not getting trans on her. Obviously, on her, in my opinion, not necessarily part of the top 5 as far as best ADCs and Joust, but Elion's trying to cook. We're going to let that man cook. We do have a ward on Elion. I'm assuming maybe they want to look for a quick... Once they get a pick, maybe they're going to be looking for a bull with a little bit of ward pressure to be able to see that path coming in. We're getting really poked out. The Disco's playing well as far as poking out the enemy DPS and keeping them at bay. I am a little nervous for the Chaos side as far as when the front line of Order decides to build. Like the Achilles Fenrir start to build a little bit more Bruiser-esque. I wonder what the itemization... Although Paul did a back for a full Ethereal, which is insanely good for him. Elion connecting autos there. Big jump stun. No Disco here as of yet. And an Achilles alt force, which is kind of huge. It's the one off the Strife. That Disco all not connecting is tragic. Achilles putting in a lot of work to create separation, allow his Fen survivability, jumping on the back 2 DPS. I think for predominantly that's going to be it. Chaos going to back. Achilles played really well there. Fen... The full roster is a little split. Honestly, I think that goes very differently if Disco actually gets contact with that ult. That probably goes a lot better for the Order side. I find it a little curious as far as our positioning. Ooh. He's dead, chat. He's dead. What the dog doing? I have no idea. I have no idea. He's doing something. The worst part is he was 2 parts of his brutalized. He still has his 3rd. I think he brutalized canceled, which allowed the endless to pull him. I could be wrong on that. It's a big cleanse. Good disco all on her. Put himself in range of getting hit by that. Decent damage because of it. The disco dashing here is a bit interesting. You're putting yourself in a pretty rough place. She's going to try to probably play off the wall, and if Elian is able to jump that, kind of forcing that. Wave was forced on a tower, lost in gold accordingly. Red gonna be giving up for the chaos side. You said council, that's crazy. The Joss means about Nugs is trying to spit. Oh. Decided to go for the slow. I love a little bit of the aggression and just general competitive nature that's happening. Chaos able to get and secure the opposing team's blue. Another wave forcing our tower. Red's going to kind of slip away with a little bit of lead here. I am a little concerned as far as itemization and what that's going to look like. I need to see a little bit more as far as the chaos. Obviously playing it cleaner and not overextending, but itemization to see these tanks start to do a little bit more damage versus just strictly tank builds. I am interested to see how second relics look. Obviously, Achilles has his. Fen going to be backing here shortly. I'm assuming can't be that far off. Honor going to beat Zagus. Hell going to beat Zagus. Want to see what the tanks actually elect for. Better than what I'm seeing. I mean, that the Fen did has some pretty trolled dives. So we got a Curse Donk. Obviously, pretty standard when you have lifesteal on the on her and also playing against the health. Curse Knock really good. I'd like to see that upgraded sooner rather than later. Fen obviously not able to get second relic yet. Good Strife 1. That is huge damage from the disco. Contacts the ult. Boys, we might have a turnaround. Good Aegis as far as the disco wall. Obviously Hell with the breastplate sustaining a lot until disco contacts. I'm assuming waiting for second cast. This is huge. Misses the execute though. Tossing life on the side of it. Force beats on disco because of that miss execute. Order looking real clean until that execute was off the mark. That is crazy, chat. Absolutely crazy. I don't know if that was just a quick sidestep. I'm assuming Paul stepped to the right. Achilles just straight on tried to barrel stuff and missed it. Unfortunate. Now this is rough. Hell has that sustain. That was, we only have our 1 left in the kit. Not able to clear wave. Now Chaos is able to get a lot of poke and clear wave. The Ethereal putting in work for the Hell. Now, Disco's damage, you can't sleep on it. On her, getting... Now, because the fence poked out, this is going to be a little scuff. Good jump by Elion. Blink in by the Achilles. Again, the damage from the Disco on the enemy DPS cannot be ignored. Double Ethereal on the side of Chaos. Oh, and suddenly we decide to hit a bug on the side of the wall. It's going to shoot me down to the ground. That's crazy. We decided to go Thorns on the side of Fed. Find that interesting. It has the execute range. Good jump. You know, I'm not really sure how to comment on that besides we missed a lot of ults. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to say I observed a lot of ults being missed. He did die at the end of the day, so that's happening. He's dead. He is dead. We can confirm, chat. We can confirm. So obviously, Order side able to step in and get a little bit of damage on this tower in response. Atlas, good ult. Zach, appreciate the follow. Welcome to the Big Blondie crew. Now I'm a little concerned just because he get out. He does not get out. Now this could be a little troll. If Hell has that slow, being able to contact, gets the one off the mark by Paul. Again, hit the choke point. That's crazy. Disco would have been dead and would have caused an even larger problem. I gotta stay away from that corner. It's crazy. Those guys could have had a big push off that. I'm not gonna lie. Leon too heavy. Damn. The double E-staff into the tanks are pretty rough. No one can lie there. What's up, Bolden? You got first rounded? That's crazy. I do agree that Paul should have killed. Those were 2 missed ones on the Disco. And it wasn't like she dashed for immunity. They were just missed. I don't know if it was a missed flick. Obviously, 1 on hell being the hardest ability to hit. Can't knock it. Even the best players do miss it. They were trying to stick that. Now, I wonder if they trolled a little bit here because Atlas is an execution, and we missed the execute. Chaos obviously elects to just allow the Atlas to die. Execute maybe contacting there. We could have chased down the on her, forced 2 deaths. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Order side can win this. They're not out of it. They're by no means. Good jump stun by the Fen. They just, honestly, I need to see a good 3 ultimates. If they combine that properly, they could actually pull that off. Bolden, are you down to, I know you got first rounded, dude. You want to come in here and commentate with me, big dog? I would love to help. I need your energy, baby. Achilles looking for a little bit of poke on his own. How is this even close? Listen, that's what I'm here to tell you. And a big pickup by Boyola. Massive. This disco is coming in huge, chat. Absolutely insane. You're playing with a game with a friend? No worries. If you change your mind, let me know. Hold on. Sorry about that. Big slow. Ethereal and Sunder doing big damage. Forces the Achilles ult. Honestly, good response by the Achilles, knowing he had it ult with the Ethereal and Sunder proccing. Now, Hell should be able... Good body blocks. Force beads. Maybe a disco ult in response. Good Aegis by Paul to make sure he is not poked out by the Hell damage. Gets the 1 Paul moment called in clutch. Now, that is a big T1 drop, considering they have a pick. Now, Elyon can clear wave and immediately go bull here. But do they elect to do that, considering the Hell is pretty poked out? I'm not gonna... listen, guys. At the end of the day, Order side is playing well. There's always missed abilities, but they've had their moments and chances to come into this game. Obviously, Bull picked up. Now, they are sustained based off that Hell. I'm assuming they're going to look to back Hell kind of a little lower on mana. And Disco is spawning at 8, so maybe it's going to be a little bit forced here. Good shield bash by the Achilles. Force a stun. On her looking for the red. Kind of just trying to farm up. He is going defense on the on her. Did my music stop? It's crazy. There we go. Sorry. I need music in the background, bro. It's killing me. Alright. Now, obviously, Bull, not a ton of time. I'm assuming we're probably around 40 seconds on Bull for that push. Yeah, on her, only 2-1 magical. I want to see this Disco get a good little proc on this double DPS. Kind of catch them out here. Hell, electing, I'm assuming you're going maybe Mantle of Discord for, again, the cooldown. And just that survivability. I find interesting. Gets contact on the on her, which is a bit unfortunate. And Disco hits a full range ultimate. No Achilles ult needed. Absolutely insane. They have their chance to come back into this game. Achilles does still have execute to be able to play this. I am interested to see if we get a big Sunder and Ethereal proc off this Hell. This could be turned just equally as well. Atlas base damage. Achilles onks the Atlas solo. Maybe he's looking to poke it down so Hell can't heal him. Maybe get an execute. Unfortunately, just not enough damage. Just go a little off the mark. 1 unfortunate. Achilles dead because of that. Unless he gets the ultimate. He hits it, boys! Woo! That's huge. Disco blinks in. Gets the 1. Looking to style. Maybe Paul's. He's putting on the shoes. Putting on the shoes. Here we go. This is the moment. This is the moment we live for. He's him. Good Aegis. Oh, the Disco ultimate a little off the mark. Gets the 1, though. This could be the moment. Fen deciding to brutalize through it. Aegis off the on her. Jumps out. Disco. The contact of the 1. The Fen ultimate. He Smite just fucking head off. Let's fucking go. I have no idea what is happening. This is absolute fucking chaos. But it's going down. It is going down. These guys are just, they're just full on W keying. And honestly, I'm here for it. This is not the normal traditional joust or anything I've seen or known. But hey, fuck it. We're running it down. That is a free tower, but they wanted that kill. They did force double Aegis. Honestly, chat, this is the moment I need to see Orderside play this. If they have, wait for Disco Ultimate to come up, play, execute Disco Ultimate with one Strife, and Disco 1 with Disco Ult and Achilles Ult, with double Aegis down the side of both CPS, I'm gonna be honest, chat, we could see Orderside run away with it. Now, do they play off that? We'll have to wait and see. I'm gonna come to this side. We're gonna see them absolutely frag out. Hopefully, Orderside doesn't troll, knowing they're extended here without the Fen. They do have red on the Disco now. And Paul elects to go Spirit Robe instead of the Mantle of Discord. Goes jump stun. Now, he's a little ultimate forced, unfortunately. Just because of that unfortunate jump in versus just waiting as soon as the Anhur jumped away. Bull is up. I'm assuming we're going to see the Anhur elect to pull it. Now, here's the moment I want to see how they play this right here in the choke point. Obviously, big ethereal proc for a little bit of slow. Instead of sticking the pull, they are looking to poke down this Anhur to force a little bit of pressure. Elion jumping in. That should be enough pressure. Now they have to back off. With hell topping them off, they should be able to pull that bull pretty freely. Pinging out the words on the side of Disco, knowing that they have no separation. The bull should be pretty free. And that's not necessarily bad. Obviously, Orderside played the last fight really well when they started that. I need to see that contact on that Anhur. We have Aegis. Both Aegises are down. And if they push this is that moment we talked about. How do we play that Disco combo with Achilles Execute on both the DPSs, knowing the DPS Aegis are down? How do we do it? This is it. All or nothing for all the marbles. Ben jumps in. Ultimate. Gets beads right away. Elion could have waited for that cleanse, but a little premature. Gets the beads from the Fennel. We decide to onk on her jumping away. Now, without the Disco damage, honestly, Chaos just walks away here, getting the objective they wanted out of the bird, and they can just reset. Obviously, both Aegis now, timers are back up. I don't know. I'm a little concerned if Fenn's going to jump in, try to saying, oh, beads are down in the Anhur. Anhur's going to respond with either ult or getting cleansed by hell, and then you're going to be a little overextended. Chicken, are you, if you're in chat, big dog, is the question urgent, Chief? Because I'm seeing your message on the side. Does it need to be answered right now? I can answer it after the game. Free money? Damn, within talking your shit. Achilles getting poked down. Anhur ulting. Big damage from the Disco, although they should... And a big strike! This Disco saved the Fen. Not only saving the Fen, kills the Anhur in response. Gets good damage. Oh, the fuck am I getting ads? I'm a little annoyed. Honestly, Disco keeping them in the game. I don't know why you can. Because I have it on game share, but that's fine. I'll fix that in a minute. I don't know why that's a thing. Gamicon, appreciate the follow, man. I'll fix that in a second, Sev. Where is Lantern? Lantern is in the admin section, dealing with some stuff. Gets the execute, Aegis on point. Gets the Onk off, obviously dead for it. Fen electing to walk away knowing he has nothing else. Everything else is burned. I'm seeing the nudes of you. That's crazy. Probably shouldn't be sending them to me then, huh? Tell him you said hi. Lantern, 100%. I will 100% tell him that you said hi. You put him in timeout. That's crazy. Now, beats forced again. On her jumping. And that should be death. Honestly, that should be pretty... Unless... The Aegis? Listen, I gotta give a big shout out to this Disco. The Disco is contacting full range ults. Unfortunately for them, those timers are rough. And Atlas should be able to take this up with on her sustain and just finish this game right here and there. Unfortunately, Nugs is gonna freak out when he comes back and see GG. Well, GG's, man. You played well. There goes all your points. It did. Can one of my admins in the chat, do you guys want to pay the prediction out? Or I'll pay it out. Hold on, I got you. Bop. Who wins? Chaos. Completing prediction. A ba-boom. Alright. So obviously there is round 1. 52k damage on this Disco. Abuela really showing and putting that on display. A little unfortunate. Alt a little off the mark. Had their opportunities. Played it well, but GG to the team. Go to ADCs. Obviously we didn't go through P's and B's. Ganesh, Atlas, Agni. Let's put that down here. Let's fast forward a little bit here. I want to get to a little bit of the action. Alright. So, Order side was looking to... electing to siege, or... Dude, I'm going to play in lane. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to walk through the trees like when I'm in the forest. We're going to look at the map a little bit here. You lost? Damn, that's unfortunate. Is it like League? Smite is a competitor of League, if you will. Why is that on my screen? Why is that here? That's going to annoy me. I don't know why that's here. I had to fucking say that. I'm so sorry. Hold on. There we go. I don't know why that was there. I could have deleted that, but it's fine. Just wanted it out of the center so I'm not, like, cross-eyed. Agni dashing in. Hou Yi beats Force right away. Tasty Taco is on the Hou Yi. But, Gamma, I will 100% talk to you a little bit later with the admins. It is the competitor of League. Agni dashing in. And getting Benny Q getting the solo kill on Tasty Taco with the aggression. Absolutely insane. Built different. Tanks with starters are built different. It is true. And why? There we go. It's bugging me a little bit. That was weird. Having a moment. Blonde hair going to my head is crazy. You got this? Appreciate it. Thanks, Lantern. I didn't know who that was. Want to make sure, but we will talk after. Big Weenie is Joust main. Yes. Yes. Benny getting going absolutely insane here. I'll be your side. That's crazy. Yeah, sorry. 4v4 is siege, not slash. And then once they're in 5v5s, it will go to conquest. Prediction, can one of my admins throw that up? Severin or Lantern or someone else who's in chat? You want to pull up Chaos winning or losing? Or Order side, or whatever you want to do that? If not, I can. Let me go to this side. Let's see how we're poking down. Obviously, with the ADC, they're going to have a little bit more pressure with Chiron clear and having Bluestone. Nothing out of the ordinary as far as... Atlas went... High elected to go Axe first. Getting a big pull. This might be big. Ganesh getting a big stun. Making sure the Thor can contact the Chiron. Ganesh ulting. Does he get the ult out? He does get up on this guy. Now, does he elect to come back down? I'm just Thor leaving. They're never going to have kill potential. Jump back to this side. Joust main trying to put a little bit more damage. Big jump from the Hou Yi. This is really back and forth. I'm not going to lie. They're getting in there and getting dirty. Guys, try to go for that cheeky bounce. Listen, I gotta respect the fact Benny Q is getting in there with the Agni and dashing in. He is not afraid. Gets the double. Unfortunately, not enough to kill. That was close. Maybe Joust is looking for the return revenge kill. You gotta put this on your big ass TV, bro? What are you looking for? Because I ain't shaking my big ass on your TV. That's crazy. The last game was good. That was a very good game. I'm really excited. would take the time to edit the fact that I needed to edit some of the screen, but I didn't really want to move most of this, so. Who won Paul's game? Paul won Paul's game. That's who won that game. Now we're pulling Siege. Ganesh electing to ult, but not sitting on a line. There we go. Big. Okay, focused. Now we have all 4 shifting here. Big contact by the Thor, picking up Benny Q and bursting him is absolutely insane. Now they have siege pressure. Do they play off this here? That is an insane combo from the Atlas Thor. Paul did the hell. He did the hell. I'm not gonna lie. Although Viola and Roster on the order side did do some work, so a little off the mark as far as some of their ults, but they had their moments. It was a good game regardless. Just need you to look, smile, and look handsome. I'm trying, bro. I'm really trying. Are they chasing? Let's come to this side. Thor a little off the mark. He tried to ult across. Agni super aware. Now he did TP to that hammer in front of an Agni. Should be dead. Beats force. It's a little scattered. I'm going to back up here into the trees. Shell immediately forced. The Atlas is going to be dead to the Agni. All 4 on order side going to be running it down. Terra, does she have caps? No, we still have Siege. Ganesh, good ultimate on return. Order side, really good pressure and just playing off each other. Amazing commentary. I wouldn't go that far. Honestly, I'm used to playing off other people and the energy, but I'm doing this solo, so here we are. Give me a second. Let me do this. Alright. So as far as build itemization, Tasty Taco going more for that Joust build. The Griffin's going into Gauntlet. Atlas going at Sundering Axe into Cloak. A little bit more Bruiser-esque, if you will. Thor, again, Bruiser. So you're going to have 3 tanks with 1 DPS. Double Guardian Warrior ADC versus the more traditional Siege comp on the side of Order. Nothing outside of the ordinary stands out to me besides Benny Q electing to go Ethereal first. Obviously playing into 3 tanks, giving you that health and kind of the more tank-oriented. Obviously Ethereal being one of the best items on mages currently. Playing a lot around that is pretty insane. Ganesh electing to go Relic Dagger. I'm looking to get more value off of that Horrific. I wonder what he's electing. Maybe he's going to Sunder second slot. We're looking to force fight over. Thor is up into the air. Who does he elect to go on? Thor alt off the mark. Should be all in after throwing hammer in front of the roster. He is. Now how does Chaos decide to respond? Atlas a little out of place by himself. Hoi large alt splitting the DPS. Hoi double off the mark. We did get a return kill. Now, do they have a response, or are they going to be out of position? Terra popped Horn Shard. Look at his step up with cooldowns. Agni has them in a corridor. Blink, Tiger Stun, double stun, and he should be dead. Really good combo by the tank. But does Terra have enough damage? No, she does not. She should be dead here. Yeah. Honestly, it looked good originally. I think they just back away after killing the Chiron instead of forcing that. Forced it further into an Agni. Got Hoi killed in response, losing that a 3-1 in Order Side's favor. Now they're walking away with gold in their pocket. Looking to back, probably going to go at Siege T1 and left and proceed to push down that game from there. That CC was gross, yeah. The Blink Tiger Stun for the silence of Ganesh into a dash stun allows to get most of the DPS, and AA cancels off the Wukong, providing the chance to kill that Hoi. It's really well played. Let me be clear so we clarify what Lantern's talking about. Guys, if you lose, this isn't like other tournaments. If you're on the losing team, please stay in the Discord because you can be individually picked up by the winning team to add it to their roster. That is the format. Do not immediately leave the Discord or the tournament. I need to make that a normal thing and we'll make sure I'm on the same page. That is the design of this tournament, why this is unique. I know when you lose, you're immediately frustrated, you want to leave. That's not how that works. Immediately step back, continue to stay in Discord until you hear as to who the winning team is picking up, so we can respect all the admins and all the work that they're doing on the other side. Now, here's the side we wanted to see, guys. We have double seed pressure on the side of Order. Like I mentioned, they got mid. They're going to be pushing it down with Siege pressure. Obviously, Siege Jugs, a little different than Slash Jugs, in that you spawn on the Siege immediately versus that little bit of time in between. You can play that a little cheeky as far as how I want to do it. Wukong Alt Force, creating the separation of all four, allowing his Chiron to get tower. I want to see how they're going to play this. Maybe go to the other side here. Ganesh getting a little poked out. Hoi Alt Force. And I'm hearing ads. I don't want to flick off this because this is kind of an important fight. I'm annoyed that I have ad blocker that's not working. It's crazy. Good Ganesh ult. Catching most of them in corridor. That Wukong should be dead. Big jump in force there. Let me skip that. Sorry about that, guys. Now keep in mind, we do still have the Siege in right. That is going to be pushing. I wonder what the health bar is when we toggle off for you. That is at 3/4 health. I want to see how Chaos decides to play this, because you could play it a little cheeky on the side of Order and just back and immediately go for it. However, Thor has elected to go off, so they should just trade Jugs here for the most part, giving up most of that pressure from there. So giving the T1 to the Order side and a fair amount of poke on the T2, still favoring the side of Order, because both T1s are still standing. Thor is up a little off the mark as far as full combo. I wonder how the Agni decides to play this. Dash is in. Should be dead. Ooh. 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 A little off the mark as far as most of that combo, putting himself in kind of a weird position where he's getting pinched by the Agni Ganesh. Thor obviously dropping down. Chiron split pushing a little bit here, going for that second T2. So both birds are exposed on the side of Chaos. Now Thor is down for a significant amount of time. They could easily push this bird here. Looking for a 2-2 split. Maybe they like to back off. Chiron stepping back off. Looking for a back, so Order side on the right has to be super aware. Hoi ult. They just walk away here with a big advantage, forcing an ult in their advantage. Order kind of running away with this one. I thought I was on stream mode. I changed that if I could it wrong. That's crazy. Blue is kind of dominating. So when I say Order, blue is Order and red is Chaos side, to be clear. There's a big fight over here. Terra obviously caught out, alt forced. She should be just CC down and kind of bursted here for free. Now we're in a 4v3, them walking it down. There was just rocks and maybe relics. Horrific. So there wasn't a ton lost on the side of Order as far as killing her. Just picked out of position, unfortunately. Big Thor ultimate 3, but Ganesh obviously responds with the silence. They should just get this bird for free. Wukong creating so much separation in the front line. Shell and Aegis forced. Bird ultimately received. They have a siege pushing, so Chaos can't really force any of this down. Order can just back up, get mid-siege, and now look at that right. Unless they overextend on Chaos, and Order's going to be looking for this fight. They did. Aegis off Agni. Response, any damage? Hoi jumps in. Ganesh, phenomenal stun. Forces beads. Should be dead to the Chiron ultimately. Big dash. Terra not enough to get in range. Good silence by the Ganesh to make sure his Chiron gets out free and clear. Ultimately a 3-for-1. Sorry guys, I'm like toggling in between so I'm not hearing ads, and I know you don't want to do that either. I'm not really sure why my Google Chrome is being a jerk today. Chooses today of all days, but it's for. Benny Q is playing. There's a fair amount of pro players in this tournament as a whole, along with SEC. It has a good player base and all. Order side is going for the finish here. Now, they're up in 6 seconds, so I don't know if they're going to actually accomplish that. Maybe? It's close. They should. Okay, they do. That should be GG, the big silence at the end. Ultimately ran down by the Order side. Order side, congratulations on that win. They're going to pick up 1 player on the side of Chaos and go into a COG. Arctic Wolf, appreciate the follow. Welcome, welcome. Spirit Magus is an interesting choice. On the Agni, yeah. I'm not a big fan of Spirit Magus, considering originally before the buff it was at 7% on the passive, got buffed up to 9, and was nerfed to 5 after that. But obviously you're playing into 3 tanks, so he's electing to go... yeah, the build path, a little different than I was expecting. I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah. The Terra did try to body block some of the Chiron autos. Obviously, much like I did think they had the damage to finish before the Hui Thor would respawn, but unfortunately they did and accomplished that. Yeah, Naga's phenomenal. Naga's a very good player. I've been nothing but praise for him. Really awesome person from my interactions with him. Really excited to see how he does in the SEC. I know he has his dreams and aspirations to go SPL, so obviously there's a lot of guys like that, and he's shown really well in some of the tournaments I've observed him play. All right, so we got the Warding Sigil, right? Obviously a big observation on the mid and the set. Like I said, triple pull here from Chaos. Nothing out of the ordinary with that. I'm sorry, I was trying to click you and I totally threw a brick wall in my face. I'm still not a massive fan of the triple pull, obviously because of the support buff. Obviously offering a little more health to the other ones, and your support's typically getting a little too chunked, versus obviously they didn't do a triple pull. Look at their health bars, and it's not like they got into lane that much faster. But teach their own. It's not like they offered a ton more pressure with that. Obviously I'm watching dual lane a little more. I'll toggle back and forth. Sorry. Anything cheeky here? Nothing out of the ordinary. Set getting an impale. Not impale, but skewer. I'm Primitive. Appreciate the follow, man. Welcome to the big blondie crew. AO getting a little bit of area damage, getting the dash. Archer's cleared. Going melees. Nox and Hachi having pressure AK with Nog. A little interesting. Consume. Archer's still standing. I want to see how we position here. Okay. So nothing cheeky. No fight's going to be forced. Both teams playing a little calculated on that one. Ganesh having Sal, both supports electing to go Shell. No Sunder, Blink, or anything out of the ordinary there. Baka making the rotation to dueling. Obviously getting to the buff sooner. AO being pinged down as far as his positioning and where he is. He's looking maybe toward the solo side. Wukong having some of that survivability. Has to be aware of that. Has TP in case he gets poked out. I don't always see him losing here, but let's toggle over. AO does have Blink. A camera is blocking the red team. Phil, I got you. Hold on. I will do this for you, baby. There you go. Better? Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Okay. So nothing really won or taken. Appreciate you bringing that to my attention. I apologize. I'm trolling. I'm dumb as fuck. Okay. But that just taking care of for you. If there's anything else, you guys let me know. I'm not claiming to be an SBL caster, but here we are. Alright, I don't know why I'm watching solo lane beat their heads against the wall. It's totally a blast. Love that. Alright, Nox using silence for help with the wave clear, rooting the Ganesh to make sure he doesn't get any help with the wave clear or stunning the Hachi out of position. So the AO is probably going into a coin. Nox missing combo. Little off the mark. Hachi getting a little free poke there. Good kiting behind the Bastion. Making sure he has a little bit of protection, but able to auto back. Purple, I'm assuming, is going to be dragged down a little bit. Wave pressure now had by Order side. Go up a little bit. Nothing really standing out. I'm wondering, I'm assuming most of these teams are going to want to typically play around their level 5s, right? Execution on the AO, but you're also have the ultimate on the Baka, typically Baka known as an alt bot in general. Good grouping by purple buff and shield buff. Should secure both pretty easily, maybe not. That was Nox, Dash, Force, and Shell. This should be first blood. Good combo, beats Force. Ganesh, Dash, missed. That would have been curtains for the Nox. Unfortunately, missed that combo. That was a pivotal first blood needed, especially considering Rama beads hoping for that kill. Now AO is here for the return gank. Obviously, Baka hovering, and we did have a ward which AO covered, so they are hyper aware of that. Maybe baiting this a little bit. Baka is aware of it. And again, Baka did path over it too, so they are aware of the counter gank in response. Not much going to really come out of that. Honestly, a little bit of a missed opportunity on the side of Chaos. Again, like I said, missing that Ganesh dash, that stun for the Rama to be able to secure that kill for first blood. Pretty pivotal for the ADC. Just missed opportunity as well. Any big backs? We have Golden Blade on the Baka. Not really a ton happening. Wukong trying to be a little... misses the Tiger Stun. Ultimate Force. Honestly, possible kill that was just dropped. Not sure he had enough damage. Though he was going into Glat Shield first. See what Set we're doing. Set typically is want to farm up until 2 to 3 items before he's really going to get a little frisky, if you will. Diving that opposing mid laner. More often than not, it's going to be wave or skewering from a distance until you're poked down enough to go into that all in. Baka a little bit farmed here. Now, really interesting to point out ward coverage. Chaos obviously getting a little bit more. Oh, big dash in. Rama Astro Arrow is obviously ripping through the Hachi a little bit. Almost in range where you could try to throw it up for the Rama ult to try to secure that. Maybe 1 or 2 more autos would have put him in kill potential. Sorry, I'm getting off those ads. If I can do this, I'm trolling. My brain's out. Sorry, I would say I would just turn off my music, but dude, I've tried silence and oof, hearing myself talk hurts my soul. Okay. So we did get cooldown buff on side of Solo. Interesting to point out, Chaos is 600 gold up. Obviously not a ton in favor. Obviously it'll make a massive difference, which is an observation in general. Hachi going ward coverage. Look, both ADCs have wards in hand. Not looking to get ganked all that much. Chaos wards on wards on wards. Really love to see that out of Chaos side. Playing really well as a team. Nothing cheeky here. It looks like Ganesh is trying to get a little bit of a high ward place, which he does in the support buff. And gets a ward placed. Obviously pinged out by the Nox. Again, let's just come back here. Oh, almost a solo kill forced. That would maybe first blood. Honestly, it might look like first blood will be forced out of solo lane, which I find interesting. Nox combo a little off the mark. Baka could force something here. Obviously, 3v3. Baka ulting. AO getting the dash off. Ganesh ulting. Now, obviously, that ult, she's trying to hit her teammate and the enemy team, obviously adding duration, health to her team, and damage to the enemy. But not enough damage quite yet. Big silence. Baka, I feel like dash cooldown's obviously back. Maybe a missed opportunity, Baka pathing. But otherwise, honestly, 2 ults for 3. Maybe a net win. The fact Order walks away there. Pretty large investment, not getting much of anything. Nothing really substantial there. Let's flicker here. Obviously, maybe a half-level lead out of jungle for the side of Chaos. A lead, a level and a half, it looks like, out of solo lane. I would like to see the Baka maybe facilitate and kill this Achilles and kind of help this Wukong become more of an issue for the enemy team to deal with. Maybe look to rotate him a little bit. AO getting a little bit of free damage. Shell forced. Alright, 7 minutes into the game. No pivotal lead. I do like the gold lead that we're starting to accrue a little bit. Obviously more so out of the solo lane off this Wukong. A little bit, maybe a quarter level lead, if you will, on the jungle. I want to see that being played off a little bit more than it is. Again, ward coverage, really excited. Obviously, look at the wards here. Obviously, the Ganesh placed in here, but also a Chaos ward on jungle side. Like I'd mentioned, they were looking for a pick, a little out of place, and Ganesh is that target. Like I'd mentioned to you guys before, in picks and bans, with Order Draft, they're looking for those stragglers. They're looking for those guys that are a little out of position, and they found it there with the Execute. First blood on the AO, going Rod first, which I find a little interesting versus anything else for move speed or maybe attack speed on the AO. He went straight into a Rod. Obviously, really expensive item, farmed up and getting first blood. Pretty large start for him. Maybe we see a little bit of design here. Now keep in mind, I'm gonna flicker back over here. Nox is a little extended. Obviously, hitting that combo, no threat there at all. These are killing me. Yeah, 20s. I'm still in them, thank you. I'm gonna back up a little bit here, sorry. Wave forced again. There's a fair amount of waves being forced under tower for the solo lane. Obviously, lead starting to really accrue there. 2v2, nothing special really happening here. That first blood on the AO really pivoted him into a lead. I want to see something more from the solo lane. I think a lot of that's going to depend. Maybe the game swing is going to depend on who really runs away with solo lane. I think if AO shifts and picks this Wukong, or they get a pick on this Wukong, that lead's going to shift on the Order side pretty hard. But maybe Chaos can try to facilitate a little bit more for this Wukong to really run away with something a little bit more. Obviously, Stygian Beacon is charging. Keep that in mind. Obviously, for those of you that maybe aren't in super, haven't been watching Smite changes of recently, 3 of those beacons are what's going to spawn Titans being unleashed and walking down a lane, which is actually a really cool interaction. So really excited to see some of that and how they end up trying to utilize that. Wukong looking to proxy wave and make a rotation, maybe possibly mid. We got a solo kill from Paul in mid. Obviously, like I said, TPing on that lack of mobility on the shell, getting that pick off damage. Like I said, 2-3 items and tries to full all in that. A little unfortunate on the shell. So now we're starting to see a little bit of leader crew. I want to see a lot of this fight's going to happen now at Stygian Beacon. I'm really interested to see how that's played. Maybe Order side's going to look for a pick ahead of time. Obviously, to allow that Beacon to swing toward them versus grouping up for a full team fight. A lot of ward coverage in here, which I find interesting. It's 4 wards in a small span. Nothing really happening there. Beacon 1/4 left before spawning. No builds really standing out to me. Anything calling my name as far as something really point out. AO now electing for rings. Nox, I'm assuming going into Spirit Robe, second after the Thieves. I doubt she's going to go Cloak. Is that TP'd onto the shell again? And Beacon did spawn. So first 2 Order. Now we're going to see a rotation from the 3. Now I'm going to see the Order side directly after. I want to be a little cautious here. There's that Baka blink ult. Nox did contact. That is a big pick onto the AO. Obviously the silences between Baka ult and Ganesh. Not allowing that dash to get off. Maybe just a missed opportunity. Maybe we should just beast in the dash. But regardless, getting picked up. It's now a 5v4. Obviously, ult's in favor of Order. Stygian Beacon picked up inside of Chaos. So 300 gold swing, or 300 gold. Obviously, splitting these 2 teams. Nothing really standing out besides that. Obviously, I want to see a little bit more facilitated. Again, I can't say it enough. Maybe something for this Wukong. He's not necessarily a raid boss late. Obviously, can create some separation with his ult. Diving and then ulting out. Or creating that, but he does have he had a pretty significant lead. Now there's, like I said, maybe there's the opportunity, although Baka doesn't have ult, and he knows. Unfortunate. And because of that, Order gets to pick up a free gold in response. Really good heads up play by Order side, being aware of that rotation. Maybe because the Baka pathed over that ward over near blue. Knowing that was coming, they called out Gold Fury and get it for free, almost uncontested completely. Ouch. Big dash in, gets the cripple arrow so they can't dash. I don't really see us have anything big. Perfect timing in the dash backwards, making sure you don't get stunned out by Ganesh dash. It looks like Order Side's going to be calling out, knowing Ganesh is on the left side of the map, they're calling out Pyro, so Set's going to skewer the wave, and then immediately shift here, or they're going to call it off. Our AO's backing. They are calling it off, waiting on that. Wukon's trying to be a little cheeky here. We get a solo pick finally. Tiger stun. Not enough damage, obviously, with the Fizz D online for the Achilles, with the regrowth into Glass Sheet, it looks like. Ward's hovering around Pyro, so both teams are aware whenever a team steps in, looking for that. They're hyper aware when they're looking to pull. Both teams a little hesitant to do that. Obviously, Order Side getting a free Gold Fury, and now they're being called back over, knowing the AO's here. This is a 3v4. Achilles pathing over a little late. Calling out to pick Wukong. Now, keep in mind, Wukong would be an insane pick. Chem forcing ult, knowing execution's right there and available. The damage and burst. Fire Giant having the final hit on the Bakasura. That is an extremely unfortunate, him being the aggro. Big hot yell and dash. Insane team combos. That was a perfect fight. A 4-man swing in favor of the Order Side. Hachi ult was insane. Full engage. Aggro being on the Baka. Obviously ulting in. It's really unfortunate. Secures T1 and a free Pyro. 15 minutes. Big gold swing finally happening. That double execute really coming to play. Bomb picked up by the Nox. It was a joke. You know, fucked up. Yeah, I love this. It's funny. Bro, I'm going to fucking sue Google. Nah, I would never, but I hate the fact my ad blockers work. It's crazy. Alright. So, obviously that's a cheeky. Set is full damage with Warding Sigil. We have a Bomb Spirit Robe on the Nox. Obviously, Relic's upgraded here. We can upgrade. I want to see which Heavenly he elects to go for. Baka has serrated. I'm assuming he's going to go Kins in third slot. Try to get through some of that frontline dive potential. They have a little bit of a dive here. Nothing really gonna come to fruition. You're gonna see a lot of farming, honestly, in preparation for the next gold. Although Paul is making this rotation, maybe looking to pick this Wukong or force something to get this T1. They did force his ultimate to get this Bastion and Wave back off, and now they can back. Knowing Wukong ult is forced into the next Gold Fury is a pretty large, significant fight difference. I don't know, for those of you that know. Obviously, having a double execute, Wukong not having that ultimate can't really zone or create that separation that's needed for that Gold Fury. So, looks like that rotation, they want Wukong to bait a little bit here. He's got to be a little careful. Big Tiger Stun. Achilles being caught out. Set impaling for the slow. The silence is on point. Rama out of range for the snipes, unfortunately. Silence is really well done to lock down Paul with the Bakal. Ganesh silence in return. Should be a double pick. They get Gold Fury in response, although that is a double for the Chaos side. They should get a T1 and a double. Getting a kill on Paul, obviously being pretty significant. Not having the beads up for 13 seconds. Now this, chat, is a pause. First off, it's crazy. I pull off G. I don't know if I should be talking. Sintro's DC'd. Maybe he's resetting. Too many gods for him to ban. Yeah, I don't know like how if they're. I think they're further in this game, so I'm like I'm okay to talk about it, because they obviously have a 2-minute separation. But regardless, a FG pull is cheeky. It's cheeky and risky as hell. Obviously, the Achilles icon on the map, he's dead, right? So he's not there. They did just do gold, and they're on the opposing side of the map. Do they have the burst? They could get away with this, or they could get punished because you don't necessarily have the DPS. You have 3 item slots on your DPS characters, so the burn is slow. You could Ganesh ult it, but your Ganesh ult's down. So, a little nervous as far as response here. Hopefully they have the shred. If not, they could get in range, do a cheeky steal, and this could go really hard in opposing swing if anyone gets anywhere near this. Keep my points there. Damn, Josh. That's crazy. I don't know how long this pause is for, but we're... Yeah. Oh, we have pause. Okay. Oh, perfect. Alright, so we have Baka with Kin, so he has that. We have Xe Kin's on the Rama. Burn's decent. The arrow not really getting in range. Nox trying to get... Nox out from... They did 50-50 it! Ooh! That goes on order side is insane. Obviously, they get the pick. That is rough. That is on both DPSs and the tank, aka support. Did it get on the Achilles too? Maybe it didn't. It didn't get on the Achilles as well. Regardless, extremely unfortunate that they got Oni and FG on 3 members for the cost of 1 player. Actually, cost of 2 technically. You talk about that lane being picked, but unfortunate swing. 50-50 in that in front of an AO and Nox, and just not going your way. Stygian Beacon is up. Honestly, Order nowhere in the area. Should be just dead. He is nowhere in range or in the area to actually contest that. Obviously getting picked because of that. With that Baka ult being a silence field on top of the Ganesh silence, not really much you can do there. Just kind of accepting the fact he went for Stygian and got caught out. Now that should... I mean, he's coming up pretty soon. I was going to say, should put a pretty decent damper on Order side's push here. But at the same time, he's going to be up. Maybe we look for a T2 with that respawn. Achilles is in right. I would like to see him group versus having the Baka shift and forcing a kill there. Now they do get Pyro and just continue to build some of that gold lead for free. Leaving Bomb for the Nox. Should place a ward. Places the ward. Okay. We are 1 beacon away from Titan spawning. I say FG is just going to be kind of dwindled away. Not really looking for much more. The fact they still got the golden experience from it was more than enough global. And stopping Chaos from pushing any further with it. Obviously a lead and advantage. Obviously with gold, but also just general structures with T1 and 1 T2 in advantage for the Order side. No massive level differences that are really standing out, besides maybe a half level lead on the side of jungle and ADC for Order and jungle, I guess. Hachi is cooking a new build. Nog? He's cooking something. You're playing into 3 DPS effectively, so he's looking at a little bit more burst with a little crit out there. Nog, from at least from the last tournament, especially, he is a crit enjoyer last. I'm assuming he's probably going to a death. I don't know. I was going to say maybe a Deathbringer last, but I don't know what he's going to do. Be interesting. He is swinging. That's Nog. Nog is swinging regardless. Obviously, it looks like they're going to be positioning for the gold. Like I said, looking for that pick pre-fight. So they get gold for free here is typically how they're going to position. Looking for someone to overstep. They do. They're just going to force back a Nash. Get both ultimate. There's the team fights I talked about. How he got that off, he did. So close, Ellie, ended up dying. There's that double execute coming to play, though. Once they got their pick, they forced the ultimates there. Pretty much should be free gold at that point, unless Rama decides to do something cheeky, try to get in alt range. Still a risk to even do that. So gold should fall pretty freely, obviously creating more of that gold separation there. Don't care. It's crazy. You're going to see a lot of farming in preparation for the next FG. Obviously, 22 minutes. I'm going to like to see, now that we're getting at least almost full builds or 5th item slot going toward it, right? You're going to see a lot more of looking for that pick or two and then going into the objective play from the set AO. A lot of the blinks onto that back line. Try to get that pick pre-team fight like I had mentioned because they don't want Chaos to have the team fight potential that they do. Obviously, the area AoE, Ganesh Alt, Baka, and Ganesh Silence lockdown is what they're going to try to do here. They want the pick pre-fight first and ultimate so it was guaranteed that objective instead of 50-50 and trying to give it up to that burst because they don't have a big burst secure unlike the opposing team with Baka Alt Shell damage or Ganesh Alt even. They don't want a 50-50 deck. Can you donate 1 million, bro? If I had 1 million, my tournaments would be much larger than what they are right now. And do you think I'd be asking for support if I had 1 million? I think you misunderstand who the fuck I am. I'm poor as fuck. Yeah, I can't even say that. It's crazy. So not really getting what they want. Obviously, Chaos, I like how he's stepping off a little bit, not giving him that mispositioning and pick. Didn't know you were a bitch. That's crazy. I don't want to troll. Right. Warding coverage, not super thrilled about. Obviously, Nog not wanting to lose that wave. Dash is over. Now, Baka is in range. Doesn't have Blink for 6. Not electing to pick anything fun there. Nox getting a combo on that Wukong. A little bit of poke there. We do have Bomb on side of Nox. Nothing outside of that. All relics almost all up. So the AO beads are down here. For 18 seconds. Maybe you're waiting to buy a little time. Order getting Pyro for free. Trying to bait the Chaos side forward while the Baka's kind of just free farming. Again, they're looking for that pick. They want to force those ultimates. Try to get a pick while someone else is shifted or farming or out of position. Because they don't want to pull the FG and try to 50-50 it with no real burst or secure. Achilles, it looks like, is that pick. Now, Order's hand is forced, knowing unless Achilles gets to blink off like that to get out of damage. Perfectly well done. Honestly, I thought I kind of counted it out. The fact he was probably fucking dead. But he did really well with that blink, making sure he got away from that Ganesh and Baka lockdown to lose a member of the team. Good blink. In response, Wukong all forced in return. Want to see how they elect to play it from here. Like I said, Achilles blinked down. Obviously, ultimate for the Wukong in response to that. They are pulling it. Now, like I said, they want this fight. They're pulling it in order to bait them in. They do not want a 50-50 in front, so they're not going to continue to burst that. However, there's that team fight potential I was talking about. Really good, big burst damage in return. Red team did secure it and got 2 picks in return. Like I mentioned, that's team fight potential. Achilles is caught out here. Could be picked up by the returning. That is 3 members wiped in return. We look at push down T1 in mid lane. 3 members and FG. Just like I said, that team fight potential coming in versus those single picks wanting to force that. You can't really force that in front of them. You did not call that. I called that shit. It's crazy. I called it. Are they looking to end? They're down to 30. They definitely maybe not. They're not. So obviously 3 members would be up to defend. They are backing off. They're probably going to go for Gold Fury and Stygian Beacon at the same time. Kind of getting both. Getting a big gold swing back in favor. Even out the game state. Backing up and now looking, I'm assuming what would be obviously left side of the map. Looking for T2 and FG playing with Fire Wave pressure out of mid. Obviously, for those of you who don't know a ton about Conk, maybe new to the game, you want to play on the left side of the map. This is the most important lane to destroy T2 or Bird. Obviously, furthest away from FG. If we get this Bird, Fire Waves are spawning, creating pressure on this side of the map. Obviously, electing and plays us on both sides of the map to be able to pick up FG with pressure. Mod might give you a warning. It's crazy. Dude, mad call outs. Game completely even that state based off that team fight. I am really excited. Now keep in mind the icons that are around these birds. This is where the Titan's going to be spawning, going down this right lane. Really interested to see how Chaos decides and elects to go to play with this FG. There's the Titans being released. Now keep in mind, like I said, Order looks like they're splitting up a little bit, looking for those stragglers. Right, seeing if someone passed out a little bit with those executions, we can pick someone, maybe slow down that FG push in response. But Chaos, obviously looking to... I'm assuming they're going to shift more toward that Titan push killing the opposing Titan and pushing that T2 with it. Obviously not the most optimal bird, but using that Titan almost as a 6th man. FG is such a bait, is a little bit of a bait. Ethereal Valor, appreciate the follow, man. Welcome to the massive Blondie crew. Not just big, we're insanely massive. All right, so here comes that Titan clash. Both Titan release, meeting in the lanes. A 5v4 while Wukong shifts. Now keep that in mind. I'm not a massive fan. All ults are up. They're backing off a little bit. Wukong being spotted out. Achilles blinking into the Wukong, missing shield bash, maybe a little out of position. Big knock silence. Achilles ultimate getting blocked, getting picked. Here comes those initiations, just like I said. Baka ultimates. Rama 2 out of the 3 snipes, a little off the mark. Wukong dash bull for the knockup. Chase not really catching him there. Baka blinked in, maybe a little burst damage response. Baka forced beads. Good AO. Now, we don't have wave here. It is trailing. We have 2 melees, 3 archers. Obviously, dropping those backdoor protections. Set is looking for the round. Set doesn't have ult, though, so it's not like he's going to do a ton here. He does have both relics, so he might be looking for a cheeky pick. Instead, going to be looking for his red buff. Red, aka Chaos, going for the Pyro. I'm assuming he's going to be looking for a back in preparation for the next FG, aka EFG, which is way more valuable and way more important for this game state. Honestly, I'm really excited. This could go either way, depending on how Chaos... I need to see them play those team fights. And honestly, Order's win potential is completely paying off those picks, right? Trying to look for those picks, those stragglers, one-offs, 1 or 2v2s with those double executions and seeing how that plays out. Is finals best of 3? I'm presenting the captains with best of 1 or best of 3, completely based up to the captain's decision at that time. But I will be wanting to watch the finals first. Or actually presenting that to them. What's up, Cody? How are you, baby? Much love. Surprised not seeing this. Got you, baby. All right. I don't know why I did that, but I did it because, you know, much love. All right. All right. Mid-bird spawned. FG fire minion waves no longer. We have Gold Fairy, a.k.a. Oni. I think it's Primal, actually. I'm trolling on my brain cells. Spawning on the opposing side of the map. Wukong is not here. And I'm hoping... Obviously, no ward coverage on the side of blue to know that. Shell getting a quarter of her HP picked up off of the shield bash and a skewer off the set. AO decides to push mid. Again, really interested to see. Now, keep in mind, AO relics are down. Baka, half health by the set. Having no relics. Wukong ult forced as well. Paul putting in major work for his team. Shell ult. So keep in mind, 4 out of the 5 ults. A little bit interesting of a dive. Obviously, ults 4. Sorry. Trolling again. Gold Fairy picked up for free. Obviously uncontested, knowing Chaos was poked out. Ults are forced, creating that separation. Obviously going back down the map for free with that pressure. Taking gold and support buff on the way out. Let you commentate, Joey? Why? What are you going to say? So, obviously, sentries on your defensive, aka KS side, defensive side of the map, so they don't know your positioning and how you're standing. I want to see a little bit more ward coverage, maybe how we're trying to play aggressively into the map. But I love this regardless. Probably be the best team fight ever. True. You gonna hype them up? You gonna hype them? You gonna go for it? Now we have Oni wave pressure. Keep that in mind. Blue's gonna be looking to play around that a little bit. AO on side of the map. Ganesh just kind of hovering with both DPS. Now FG is pulled. Core health already down. Ganesh dashed the Achilles. FG dropped. Leash at half health. Hachi losing a quarter HP. Surely they don't pick it back up. No need. Ganesh taking a little bit as far as knock up. Now, you got to keep in mind, Order doesn't want to fight this. When you look at Oni waves, pushing on both sides toward birds, that's going to poke down pretty significantly. Paul's going to look at that mid T2, back them up, in which case, Chaos has to be a little careful here not to fully back off the pedal, because Order steps back in, repulls, and just gets the objective for free here. Now, keep in mind, they have no ward coverage on this. Good Ganesha, obviously staying a little bit in range to make sure he's not completely stepping away from that. Like I said, Birds brought down a quarter HP on both due to Oni wave pressure. Order seeing that Chaos is aware, steps away from that. Rama alting a little early. Obviously getting the first snipe on it and then not having enough time in between. Pyro being dropped. Good attempt at the steal regardless. I would like to see the Baka being farmed up and looking for that pick. He has both relics. I want to see him facilitate this fight with that. Ganesh, like I said, team fight oriented presence like he had been before. We are at 6th item slot. Full starters. This is when it starts to get interesting. I haven't seen any 500s. Double bomb on the side of Order. If they win a fight, they kind of just run it down. Honestly, probably both ways, depending on how clean the fight is running. I'm kind of positioning myself over by FG Pit. AO looking for that split push. Doesn't have TP, so Chaos, if he sees this, has to force that fight. And how fast do they force it? He's going to show. There's the show. Decide step. You can't... How do they deal with the map? They don't want the team fight. Like I said, Orders wants to force those 1v1s. Half the bird immediately lost. Order wants those 1v1s, those 2v2s, those fights. Although Baka with all is extremely scary. So AO is stepping away. Big damage on the skewer. Hachi went Kin's last slot. Obviously, Hachi 1's really digging in with range. No oboe, so you're not getting any yellow proc damage. DC's on the side of Order, unfortunately. Another pause. Game's close. It is very close. I'm actually pretty happy with the state of how guys are doing. Just to make sure... GM juice is crazy. You guys are dumb. I'm really excited for the fact that the games have remained competitive, even amongst, like we said, you know, there are some pros, there are some SEC players in the scene, and in some of these games, and some of those players that maybe not so notable or known to the community are showing up and playing really well in response. I want to see how the AO decides to play this. Obviously, Wave being shoved up on left. He's trying to look for that pick. What if I started joining people's comms? I would be trolling them and lose the integrity of the fact that they want to remain competitive in a cash tournament. So probably not the best idea. Nor am I going to be disrespectful in that format. Stop fucking trolling me, Joey. Thank you. Yeah, you heard my admin. God damn it. Like I said, you guys think I have the power here. Fuck you. My admins run this. No. Lethal is amazing. He has my utmost respect, and I appreciate everything he does. Alright. Hopefully this unpauses soon, because I don't have potential to fast forward. A little unfortunate. He's probably dealing with Wi-Fi issues. How do you guys think this is going? Who do you think wins this? Obviously, Joust Man is all in. Points all in on the side of Chaos. We've got Nugs fully invested in his favorite player, Paul. Anybody else has some cheeky predictions? What do you want me to call you? First name? What would you prefer I call you? My name's John, aka Blondie. Chris. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to call you by your first name, but I will call you Chris moving forward. Close enough. Jocelyn and Chris are not the same, but I will call you Chris. I apologize. Not a Jocelyn? Alright, fair enough. Chris, nice to officially meet you. My name's John. I'm a Blondie main. What's up, swag? Miss you, baby. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're having fun. That's Joust MMR. Yeah, true. Go by his Twitch name, honestly. Call me Poppy. Alright, daddy. What? Chris don't love you no more. That's crazy. Damn, if you're going to call me Jonathan, at least spell it right. Ends with an Jonathan, motherfucker. Don't what the fuck with me with it. I'll slap the fuck out of you, bitch. You're still sick, dude? I'm sorry. I don't know how long this pause is. Lethal, can you check on this for me? Let me know how this is, what's going on. Give me an update, baby. The woman hurt you, damn. That'd be built different. You eating Taco Bell nearly kills you? It's crazy. That's crazy. Do your chat show you did it? I call you trash? Dirt. You call a lot of people trash, to be fair. It's alright, I still love you. And your high energy, almost cocaine-esque attitude. I appreciate your always positivity, a positive outlook on life. That's what I appreciate you about, Dirt. Hope you're doing well, man. Pate told you the show must go on. True. Honestly, you got. Honestly, you probably played that voice line, right? Get your shit together. It's time for you to prove yourself. Is that what he played for you? It is today. Paul is the GOAT. Really excited to see a lot of the pros actually show up. Obviously, Genetics, Aurora, and a few of the others were out traveling. Obviously, trying to go home for the families and spend some time at home with some family. But obviously, regardless, we got a lot of the scene. I'm really excited to see what some of these future tournaments hold. He's in call, not active. Can we get that fleshed out? Like, what's going on? Like, not active as far as, like, his internet shut down? Is he resetting? Like, I don't want to, like, obviously a full team lose that. I feel like that's unfortunate. You dig that a little bit more, see what we can do to help him. Yeah, when it's time to wake up, you play it on loop. That's crazy. His internet went out? You think he's resetting it? Zero, are you talking to him? Are you talking to him back and forth? What's going on? Within, I feel like you're always on power. You're on that dial-up internet with, like, a flickering internet, dude. I never know if you're on or not. You'll sub in. He's back. All right, perfect. Thank you. Appreciate you. Admins, one of you communicate with the other team so they both know what's going on, and then they can communicate on pausing. I see what you did there with the spelling, Joe. That's crazy. That's so unique and different. Honestly, I'm waiting to see like a real pop-off play here. Obviously, there's two team fights running really well for Chaos. Really excited to see how they play those out. But I'm waiting to see that one pop-off. Paul's going to have a Paul moment, maybe? What do you think? We're going to see that the Nug's going to be jumping up and down screaming Paul's name. Why he's the GOAT. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's about to. He's like, you got to remember who the. Paul's like, you better remember who the fuck I am. That's what he wants. That's what he. Look at him hovering. Look at him. He's like, I have a skewer rating. That's what he's sitting there for. Proved it on Apollo? What do you mean proved it on Apollo? Oh yeah, last night's Slash. Yeah, that Apollo game. The 3-11, 3-12. Honestly, I was concerned you were about to pull the Loki game. I'm gonna have to post this Scylla video just to be like, hey, it's within question mark. Do it. It's always the girl's fault. All right, he's back. Hopefully, we're on pausing. Back from the DC. Looking at the damage numbers. Order side, commanding presence. Obviously, just the lockdown silence of Ganesh and Bakal being put up, and we are on paused. Woo! Let's fucking go. Here we go. The moment we've been waiting for. I got all excited. They iced them? True. That's all that was. They're like, dude, reset your internet. We'll ice the enemy team. It's crazy. All right, here we go. Elion waiting patiently, looking for a potential wrap, it would appear. The man has not moved. Taking a nap. Can't do that. Oh, they're looking for that push again. Doesn't have a bomb in hand, but does he need it? Now they know that's happening. They should get this. Don't elect. They just pull back off the team fight. They're looking to bait them into a place or position that they shouldn't be. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't send that, to be real. I feel like they could have gotten that. Maybe just didn't feel comfortable with the rotation backwards. Order probably called out there or backing off. Didn't want to get the reclaps. Baka all forced just for the dash. There's a Tiger Stun. Baka beadsing, obviously making sure he couldn't get executed in response. A big pickup, both Relics and Alt forced. I guess Relic and Alt forced off Baka. Relic forced off AO and a pick. Now Chaos is their chance to pick up FG here. Baka half health, unfortunately. Here comes Paul though, hovering in mid lane. They have 35 seconds to really operate something here. They are pulling. This is it. Set, getting a little bit of pick. Beats forced. FG released. Wukong out of position. Immediately alt forced in response. They're waiting. Red team dropping. Premature blink alt by the Achilles. A little unfortunately timed. AO spawning though. Honestly, like a missed opportunity on the side of Chaos. Order side, obviously burning enough time, forcing AO ult. Achilles, blink ult, little unnecessary, mistimed, unfortunately, but still Chaos buying more time to get that singular or duo pick to just kind of run that map down with a double bomb in hand. Both teams playing a little cautiously. Wukong not having ult, electing to bird away from the double DPS. Midgard on the Achilles last slot. Spectral in the response to the crit on the Hachi for the SWK. I mean, I'm really looking for. He got the slow. Looks like maybe a chase down. And there's the 2v1. A bait pulled in by Paul. Obviously knowing he had AO and in the background. Keep in mind, now they're rotating around. Gets the slow. Good Ganesh ult blocking the pathing of the Nox dash and Nox ult for free. Skewer was looking for a little bit of the slow on the Chaos side. AO just trying to get in to slow them down to allow his team to get in there. Nox popping speed, backstep by SWK to make sure he missed the root survivability there. That should pretty much buy them FG. However, Chaos not needing it back. The core still healthy enough to step in here. Ultimate on the Rama for the steal. The only thing I'm worried about, EFG half health, down to a quarter. SWK is in the back. AO, blue team, aka order side, securing that, just needs to disengage and does so for free. A little unfortunate for the side of Chaos. It had the potential and ability to 50-50 that, because honestly, Order did just that. They decided to 50-50 EFG in front of Chaos team, get it, and disengage for free. Couldn't ask for a better order events for order, because now they can split the map. Honestly, probably predominantly on the side of a 2-1, if not a 4-1 split. Because, again, like I said, they don't favor necessarily a full team fight, wanting to split that team, or maybe even a 1-1-3. For those of you that don't know, obviously when I'm saying numbers, 1 in one lane, 1 in the other lane, and 3 in the remaining, or 2 in mid lane and 3 in left for the siege. It looks like they're shifting more toward a 4-1. Obviously with EFG in hand, they don't have to have minions under the bird, because backdoor protections are down with it. What's up, Moram? Elion is indeed in this tournament, and I'm really happy and excited to see some people that I haven't seen do really well and really represent for themselves, even against notable names. Paul getting a lot of his clones out. They're really aware where the AO is, obviously being on top of the ward and wave. Paul hovering around between mid and left. Big poke out on the E shell. Elongated game, EFG is obviously going to win. And they have no more bombs. They use the bombs to secure EFG. Blink Tiger stun the AO, beats forced. I want to be commenting that, but like, that was so many things that were terribly wrong. Achilles missing all, AO dashing the Wukong all, Baka getting returned 1 to full ranged. They did protect the bird, 2 for 2. Ultimates all down short of Rama. And they're probably going to get split from the Hachi, and they do. And he got it forced. They're pretty much going to get mid for free. Yeah, they get both birds. They probably get the third. They could. Baka's up in 5. They're probably going to back off knowing he has ult. And just go for Pyro and back. Knowing that pressure, they can play for the next EFG. Look for right with Fire Wave pressure. Like I said, dude, originally when we were talking about that, they're going to back off here, go Pyro, reset, maybe look for a little bit of pushing up here, play off Fire Wave pressure. Can poke at Bird maybe. More often than not, they're going to fall back, get the next EFG and secure that. And pretty much run it from there. It's in order side to run the game from here. 2 Phoenix is a very comfortable lead for sure. Obviously, gold not playing such a large part, short of the 3K pots that could be in possession. You're reaching that 43, almost 45-minute mark. Blue deserves to lose. I mean, Chaos has done well. Do not get me wrong. I think both teams have had their opportunities. Some missed opportunities, though, unfortunately. Paul is a little caught up in an unfortunate position. Getting caught out. Beats force. There's the ult. Both relics forced on Paul. Rama up. Now he's got... Yeah. Obviously unfortunate. They forced both relics off of Paul. Kind of just going to get ran down from here. That dive, now that that team fight is split, it's no longer a group team fight with your Baka, Ganesh, ult, and silences. Pretty much just a GG run it down. Yeah. Big damage by the Chell. Fortunately, too little, too late. Good sidestep. Gets a pick. Has fire waves pouring in though. So honestly, it just feels uncomfortable who you cast on. Big dive. Should be dead. Yeah. And that should be GG. Fire Minions just aggroing Titan. Congratulations to the order side. Paul, peer pressure, Elion, Nog, and Sintra. 5, possible 6, and just shred through with ult and kills everyone with oboe, etc. Kane's elbow's rated, just does nutty damage for no reason. Survivability with ult. I mean, both of them are going to be both 80. Sorry, I'm skipping ads. Boom. Both ADCs are both jungles. Kind of want to hyper farming playing around that 5, if not for further. Kali obviously wanting to hyper farm even later, but Rama's gonna out clear here. Hop's horrific. Horrific in response. It's like watching two monkeys hug a football. Both horrific. Kind of standing there looking at each other like you're both slowed. Bro, I don't know what you want from me, man. I'm not claiming to be SPL caster. I will at some point be asking casters to help and be doing that, but I haven't gotten to that point because no one knows me yet. Down the road, for sure. Oh, you're talking about this. Okay. How do you want it? Solo jungle? This is solo. Jungle mid. Alright. I will make it better for you. Solo. Jungle mid. Support ADC. There you go. Just so you sleep better at night, Bolden. I do this for you, baby. Hopefully that helps you, you know, rest your little eyes. Kali looking for a cheeky little blink. Now, keep in mind, typically they're gonna... Oh. X-Ball knows he gets caught and trays it out. Benny Q built literally fucking different. Once again, securing first blood. Making it worth. I don't know how he does that, but he's doing it. Literally doing it. That man's like, yeah, you got me, but I'm gonna kill you instead. Goes down with the ship. No, he's taking you with me, bro. That's how we run this. Nothing out of the ordinary in solo. Banka obviously looking for counter farm. Knowing Kali ganked, Blink was down. We looked up in a counter farm here. Did he... Is it... No, we didn't do that. Okay. Wasn't sure if we were stealing camps and leaving minis. Missed that part. Dashing in. Misses the root. Up a Nox combo. Got the silence. Get a rooted Rama just looking for cheeky autos in return. Gonna get some Bastion pressure. Kali trying to exchange with Banka. Obviously never really gonna out-secure the consume. Red just gonna be pulled downwards. Kind of looking at wave pressure, going their own purple. It's pretty hard to fully extend this early without getting counter-picked, even if you know jungles are over there. They just drag it into a tower, you force losing gold at most. Nothing's really gonna happen, I feel like, for at least 15-20 minutes. I feel like I'd be shocked, especially the jungles being so late game oriented, hyper farming, that they really play, or they don't play around an objective at this point. I guess Beige is built different, huh? Force Nike up. Oh, what the fuck was that? It's an ad. Hold on, chat. Sorry, give me a second. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, below a gasket. And we missed the fight. That's what I get. Okay. Alright, toss that back. I literally trolled that. It's crazy. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. So we ping it. Going for buff. Rama wraps here. Focuses the Nox. Obviously horrific. Okay, good combos. It's a big rotation by the Kali. I don't know if the Lefay needs to be here. Yeah, Lefay doesn't even need to be here. They're getting a big start for this Kali, who's 2-0. Like I said, the last thing you want to see, if Fed Kali is not in your best favor, especially considering you're transitioning to late sooner. And on peak aways of everybody, you don't probably the last people. Solo lane, I feel like, is going to be pretty boring considering Nike's... Well, most of Nike's clear. It's going to be in that one that can be disrupted by the Thor rail. Assuming he's contacting it, but obviously at this level I would hope so. Looking for Bastion pressure. Here's one. All the way to the next till next wave. Looks like Rama full cleared both Bastions, which is huge. Almost even gold state, 4 minutes. 3-1 kills. What are we looking at here? An extension. Surely he still has ult. Gets rail off. I don't think they ever kill anything. The most they're going to do is force his ult, right? She's not going to let him force. Because Bach is hovering. Honestly, perfect hammer. So he doesn't have to force ult. I feel like a lot of players will just immediately ult upon the Nike or the Kali jumping over the wall. He plays it patiently. He doesn't get his ult forced at all. Instead, just kind of walks away nonchalantly. Really good patient by the arc. Patience. It's that rotation again. I'm obviously looking for shield buff. I like that. Bolden, what was the term you guys actually call that in comp, dude? I'm so out of touch with comp terms again. The same rap. The exact same rap is happening. But obviously Kali and LaFay aren't rolling over. Boom, boom. I mean, it's almost dead even as far as gold. Nothing out of the ordinary. Any builds catch my eye? Glad Shield Thor. Coin first. Daso first. Nothing really. It's been pretty slow. At least till the 10-12 minute mark where you start to actually play for stuff. Trying to make him panic beads, but he has no damage follow-up, so that literally means nothing. Now that ward tells them they're shifting over, so the disco is going to just path safely. There's no need for him to step up or play anything here. Baka's kind of hovering. That should be pretty easy. Now Kali's hovering. There's your big pick for Baka blink. And they're counter shifting here. And Nox is here. Good rotation by the Nox. Good heads up calling that out. I feel like if Kali was... They were completely unaware Kali was there. That blink stun that just kills. Are we looking in a dual lane? Baidi obviously doing properly, holding his ult against Benny Q. This will... I feel like this game is going to go the distance, at least from what I've observed thus far. Unless we see a big team fight that's going to blow this wide open. Rama dashed in. The Baka's around, but Baka doesn't have ult. You got to keep that in mind. Good patience. Again, no ult. Good Rangi putting it at the base. Ready to stun that out. I wonder why he's playing so high, especially with the mid shifting. Good damage. That all did such a possible kill. That's unfortunate. He wants this though. Alexa go out, forcing the ult. What's happening on this side? Got a little bit of an invaded purple buff. Obviously, oh, big Baka ult. The minions body blocking Rangyu. That felt rough to watch. A little unfortunate. That silence field not letting the Terra actually getting dashes off. Again, still not a substantial lead shifting. Like 3 to 4 kills. The teams are actually recognizing we lose a fight on one side, we can make it up on the other. Playing positioning really well. Just a lot of heads up plays all together. Good communication. Good players. A lot of maybe a half level leads, maybe on a mid, half level lead on a support, ADC. So XP wise, maybe in favor here. our XP, right? Favor of chaos, but even that swinging, we're not so much substantially in a big way. What's up, Princess? How are you? It's always crazy to me. It's always funny to watch you call me Mr. B. It's so weird. You're the only person I've ever heard do that. But I don't mind it. Did you finish your move, by the way? Nothing substantial happening in solo lane. Obviously, Baka alt about to come back up, so I'm assuming he wants to shift over and facilitate somewhere. He is hovering solo. Instead, just looking for cooldown buff. Officially moving tomorrow. Nice. Hopefully it goes smoothly for you. I wish you the best with that. Hopefully it's a little bit of an exciting transition in your journey. Or next step, if you will. X-Ball's pushed. He does have a ward to see the Kali coming. They're pulling. Interesting. Does Kali have the position? Kali has golden kins. Does he hear it? Maybe he didn't hear it. X-Ball did not hear it. They get this free. Big heads up play, I guess, by Rongu. That might be a big shift. A little bit of something, at least as far as momentum-wise. Surprised the X-Ball didn't hear the Kali autos on that. Obviously, the power spike of Kins, Kali felt confident enough with Rongu to pull that. To sustain off of it, so. Thor ulted in on 2. Does he actually get this kill? He forced Kali ult. That is a crazy Thor ult. Landing on top of both of them as a double. Good Nike jump, stunning that. It's crazy how much damage he's doing with Glass Shield Breastplate. Good rail. That rail is huge. Big heads up. Still dies. No less. Kali, yeah. Okay. Baka kind of running for his life here. Good side steps. Good jukes. Should be dead though, right? Jump to jump. No. Let's away with it. Throw a rail. Breastplate. That is criminal what I'm watching. Meanwhile, keep in mind, X-Ball sat on the beacon, securing that the entire time. Obviously losing a T1, but securing beacon in return. They did get the pick onto the Nox for that team fight. So 2 deaths. All 5 of the deaths on Chaos side in dual lane. Bit of a dual lane diff this game. Kali obviously showing a little bit of a presence out of that. Picked up Stygian Beacon. Gold lead, 1700, 2100 as far as XP. She actually got that back off. Not anything really happens here. They kind of just let that go. Ward placements everywhere. Chaos predominantly out of red, setting up for the next goals. I mean, honestly, I think ward pressure in general is just completely controlled by Chaos. I mean, you got to redeem it, and I will give it to you. Or one of my mods can do it too. What is VIP at? I think VIP at 150. You got to gamble more. I don't know what it's at. That's a look. Got the alt. Bounce lands on the Kali. Obviously, alt forced by Rama. Thor alt for Rama alt. Good rail. Kali blinks the disco. She should be dead. Good backstab. Oh, I don't doubt, baby. I believe you. Good silence. Nike getting worked down with autos. Now having to walk away. Big rail hammer 3. They cancel on the Rama by Yark. Dying. Should get that off. Unfortunate. Not enough. Nike looking for the Nox pick. Secures red. Kali's back. Well, Kali's still hovering. She's not backed. Wait, CO's picked. Did I miss that? Hold on. She should be dead. He lives. CO's dove under tower, got a pick onto short, and gets away with it. That is unfortunate. Obviously, Chaos should secure this pretty easily, right? They're aware of it. They don't. They back off. Okay. Well, the ward coverage here is crazy. I don't see 3 wards up this channel point. There was one up here. Again, 1,300 gold. There's not a big swing quite yet. As far as gold, XP differences, Yark, aka the Soul Lane Thor, is a level and a half, almost 2 levels up. A lot of the XP, although Bitey and the Rama has been left to farm this whole time, so I wonder if we get a pick on this. This would be insanely valuable for us. Baka has ult and blink. Chaos is counter shifting. Good heads up by the Chaos team. Aware of that rotation, gets a pick. That pick is huge. They should get gold with this. Decide not to risk it with Baka ult. Obviously having a pick, I wonder what they're looking for. Maybe the Pyro. Forces Disco ult. I don't think they forced a relic outside of that because she didn't have any. Expo ult. Trying to look for a little bit of poke. Potential kill. This is different. Okay, so Yark is hovering over, aka solo lane. Big shift. Bids find value. Fortunately, it's a 1-for-1. Did we relics? He kept relics. He used them. So I guess in value of order side, right? Because Xball didn't use relics while the Rama did beads. He still died for it. Still a value, just an unfortunate Kali was shifty. Really good heads-up plays by both of them because obviously the rotations are happening for both and counter rotations are happening. Unfortunate Terra wall, though it doesn't really change much of that fight. Blocking the Lefay 3. They decide to back off that. Again, with how many wards that are there, you have a sentry for blue, reg for red. No one's willing to give up on any of it. Good patience. It's going to be pretty hard to kill him regardless. Even if he stuns you out, you might take tower damage, but he has... Glad. He's just tanky. Got breast spray against 2 fizzes, you're just not going to do much to him. Okay. Obviously red would be aware of a pull. Getting Oracle's vision on gold for blue, so both teams have vision. We decided to put a sentry that looks like, right? Or is that a reg? That's, can't see it. I think it's a sentry given the size. Could be reg. Order looking to secure. Does. Secures beacon. 18 minutes in that game. Not any major breakthrough on either team yet. Like I said, a little over 1,000 gold in favor of Chaos. Wow. XP in favor of Order. Or almost dead even, it would appear. Looking at a T1 for Order side. Kali, while shifting to the left, maybe thinking they can find the ADC, even though the ADC is in mid. Dash forward for the CC immunity to get out of the Terror Clap. Kali looking to wrap. They pick up gold, possible Pyro, right? Ramos should be looking at the T2, although Thor, good heads up play. Respond TPs. Gets Pyro, obviously Thor being over here, they want to force this 4v4. They have Nike for Thor. Good disco ult, forces Baka ult. 3 ults off the Order side. Mama's up. Big snipe from Bitey onto Ben EQ. Forces. Get value off that pick. It's the ADC. Maybe respond with a now order side T1. Thor ults in. He's gonna look for a pick in the back. Really doesn't find one, right? Forces ults. Okay. So now he's dead for that, right? Okay. Interesting. He forces Kali ult. He forced beads. He forced Kali ult and beads. But beads and dies. Oh, that's worth. Considering he was one of the more valuable on his team. And that pressure now, Chaos can back, look for gold. Obviously, they're trying to force something and get something a lot of it. I was Kali ult and beats being down to me, so you can't really dive the backline. Baka dying here would be the troll. Ults for the silence. Get himself out of danger. At this point, we force so many ults, they should just pull gold with pressure. Kali's in left lane, kind of looking for a farm. If they can't get gold, they'd look for T2. They're playing the macro side of this really well, trying to split the fights, knowing the one's down. They get the gold for free, in favor of Chaos. Baka doing really well in response for a T1. Doesn't have ult here, so he's got to be a little conscious of that. Has to blink away. No follow-up damage with the Nox root. And could be complete disengage for the most part. Again, because of that, like there's not a ton. XP in favor of Chaos now. It didn't favor swing for them as far as gold in a big way. For Chaos, picking up Gold Fury while losing T1. We do have Oni waves though, so maybe they look for a play off this pressure. 21 minutes. Order siding. Oh, X-Ball's out of position. This should be the pick that they need. There's the Kale. Now he knows he's dead. He's got to try to buy as much time as possible and don't relic. Even though he doesn't have any of them. Now you have Oni pressure. This should be a back and immediately sending FG. 22 minutes with the pick on opposing ADC. Unless they can find something on maybe the solo line. She did up down. That's a chance. Forces ult. But you have enough to shred that. Gets the tower with it. And there comes the rest of the team. Obviously. Yeah, it's not right now. Kali looking to split push here. She should be dead. Really well played. Really well played by Dishonored. Jumping on him. Pushing him backwards, obviously allowing his DPS to catch up. CP from Yark, aka the Thor to mid. A little bit opening up, not really significant yet. We're heading into FG Fire Dance material. Typically going to hover on Pyro first. Chaos being here, going to pull that. Thor is in the area for that real hammer. And he gets it. York with a simple hammer secures Pyro. Really well timed by him. That really good heads-up play. Stygian Pekin spawning in a few minutes. And not even. They get the chance to get the bombs. So now you have, I guess the big swing for you gotta think. Order has 2 bombs in hand. While they might be down a little bit of gold, if they do end up winning a team fight, they do have the potential to kind of run it down with both bombs. At the bare minimum, secure a bird with it. I'm wondering how the like what is your win condition for red looking into this? Kali's obviously looking for a little bit more split push potential, or have someone meet her one-on-one. because if she goes into a team fight, you get a Nox or a Thor set up on it. It's going to be kind of rough. Missed that combo from Nox, a little unfortunate. She caught corner for Baka. Okay. So he's kind of poked out. He's going to have to back away. So now this is a temporary 4v5. Now the X-Ball dash is down. Good blink double stun on both DPSs. Kali's gonna ult. Give both DPSs good relics off X-Ball. Baka's good blink. Forces all. Rama's now in a weird place because he dashed in toward the Baka. That is 2 for 1. The Rama dash. Obviously Kali securing, got a double stun, secures the disco. That Rama dash is a little sus, putting himself in position right beside the Baka. Obviously, he wanted to help his Kali, but I feel like Kali's just dead. Knowing the Baka just ults it in return. This is really pretty decent, so it's pivotal for Order. They can work this Titan down, have their own Titan pressure, look for FG. If not, guarantee gold, or pay for this T2. There's a lot of different ways they can play from here. Because they have the ARDC to kind of chunk this away. And now Nike's chunked down, which is going to force her to ult. There's the ult. Now X-Ball's a little bit in a weird position. He got his dash on. He's dead. Yeah. Short should be dead, though, right? Surely. Okay, so secure. Nike should be dead. Good tap. Stun. Okay. Now we do have Titan. X-Ball dash getting caught, a little unfortunate. It looks like both ADCs, the dashes are kind of pivotal for their death points. Not enough from the Titan to kill T2. Puts it at half health though. Both bombs still in hand for Blue/Order. Looks like they're going to path toward gold. Having Ward Vision on FG with Sentry here. They're going to play for the gold. 3/4 health. Thor is decently air. Obviously, he had to hammer forward, so he doesn't have that. Going for the rail. Gets the stun. Secures wrong U. Should give them pressure. Okay. Should give them pressure with that to immediately transition toward force speeds. Now it's 1 for 1. You do net positive to some degree as far as getting the opposing ADC's beads. However, you traded 1 for 1. Good heads up, stun, and turn around. ADC worked that down and getting the pick before the Thor got into the air. It kind of negates most of that now. I do think it's interesting to point out the fact we have alternate timeline on the disco, right? Or Seahost. Looking mainly for that one-off where Kali's going to dive all to get that Aegis, and maybe she does kill him. She's going to have the alternate timeline. Kali's going to have to sit there and wait and possibly put herself at risk. But she's possibly dead. Kali obviously reaching that stage in the game where she's just an absolute chainsaw. Ripping through Yark, or Benny Q, and a little bit of Sab. Now they should be able to guarantee FG. Notably, not EFG quite yet. So it's not devastating. It's definitely not good. But it doesn't necessarily count Order side out quite yet. Oh. That was a free ultimate. A little unfortunate outside of Bay. Thought he was getting chased, wasn't? Obviously everyone's taking over level 20, level 18 Nox, level 19 at Terra. Right? Gold lead, not even massive, even if it was large at this point. Like the yeah, I act like I'm driving like an advertisement 0. You're welcome. I don't know why I just like tilted my head like that. Like I was about to throw my hair. It's not that long. I think it's notable. She's only got 2 stacks on coin. We don't have this upgraded yet, so a lot of it's not. We're not even at full item build or full slots yet, right? We do have FG. They are electing to push T2 farthest away from FG again, right? Left lane, aka dual lane. Thor gets free poke. Terra has heroism, which is what you guys are seeing proc. After CC, when you're near your support within a certain range, you're seeing that shielding. It's big poke. Terra obviously wasn't in range for that. Only at 2 here for defense, which I find interesting. That's pretty much free damage. They're not really getting punished for that. And they're hovering 2 now, looking for this Baka being out of position. Okay. Now they should be looking for this bird. Oh, you gotta get Blake. Force off the right. Good dash for immunity from Disco for that last night. Alternate timeline procced. Baka's in the back line, gets caught though. Good walls from Rongo and Terra. Not allowing the pathing outward. They should because of Nike's health. Unless Thor forces Rama or the Terra. Nike's trying to tank up as much of that as possible. Rongo should be dead. Is. Don't secure the bird would be insanely bad. The siege going very poorly. They should. I should just let this go. Well, Thor's pathing in. Thor does have all. I don't know if they force it. They should just get gold, which is big. So they back him up enough. Save bird. Guarantee gold. Obviously, the big call for there is you got alternate timeline off the Disco. Disco played really well to dash over the third Arama snipe. Playing life there. And we did get relics. Relic graveyards on both teams, it would appear. Although Axwell has both. Pretty notable. Oni wave pressure. We should be looking Pyro, right? But maybe Order side isn't grouped and doesn't feel comfortable enough stepping up, especially with the relic graveyard that they have. Rama, aka Bitey, looking for that crit build. Chaos securing the Pyro. Has a bomb in hand now. Kali. Good blink, heads up play by Pico. Unfortunate part is EFG hasn't spawned yet, so even with that amount of damage, typically you want to fall back straight onto EFG, forcing that back, right? Even though he has TP, he could come back into that blue ward and be back into the fight. That's a good start, a good advantage play, but there's nothing really that they play for outside of that. He got poked as long as he lived, and he didn't. Chaos ward this entire trail. They are very aware where X-Ball's at. However, Kali doesn't have blink. So you have to jump. X-Ball dash force, ulting in return. Kali is hovering. X-Ball's in a weird place now. Beads alt force should be dead. She lives, which she will. Kali lives, which is huge for them. That's 2. Looking for a third. Snipes contacting. Bro, I cannot handle the fact these fucking ads are so weird. Arama's full health, so he's going for the T2 and then he'll path to EFG, right? While the rest of his team that was damaged or unhealthy backs in preparation for EFG. Baka does have ult. He does have blink. So he's electing to split push or look at left side, look for the farm. This is finals, Daffy. Finals. This is it. That's EFG on the side of Chaos. Pretty much run the game at this point. Now you have 20 seconds on Nox, which is why they're kind of speed running down mid here. Nike's backing, doesn't have TP, obviously, to deal with the split push out of the Baka, making sure that they respond. They land that. Now that is tragic. That is your ADC. Heroism proc is insane there for him. Dies to... The Kali does insane damage there. Picks up a double. Big strike. Really well done. Doesn't get that. Possibly loses. If not another couple birds. Big heads up play by them. That disco cast was pivotal. Honestly, Kali having a 3k pot, that is scary. Especially considering she blink and just basically kills you by herself with a double kill. With almost no follow-up damage. Secures bird, EFG. They're very poked out. A gets forced on the Fae. They're basic out for free. They got to deal with Fire Wave mid. I'm just going to back off, let the team respond. Look for a T2 bird with Fire Wave pressure and kind of lock this down. Two Sentry here, which is crazy. So like I said, they're going to path out. They have plenty of time on EFG at that. Okay, obviously it's not on your ADC, which is what pivot you typically want, but it's on your mage and both frontline. They're going to be looking to push down a little bit. Maybe Pyro, look at some of this, if not get a pick, and let the Fire Wave pressure play from there. It's best of one, Tomic. Thank you for responding, Chicken. So LeFay is pathing upwards for the wave. They do have EFG, so they don't need minions for this, which is why they're pathing like they are. They're grabbing it anyway. Obviously, them showing here that Thor has TP, so keep that in mind. This is why he's trying to push out Fire Wave so they don't just sit there patiently waiting. Trying to buy left side as much time as possible. Golly's trying to force this, right? Does she have blink? She does. They both do. Both relics, both ults on both sides. She is a 3k though. That is notable. I'm watching this 1v1 thoroughly. Here we go. Blink for ult. Okay. Oh no! That Thor rail blocked the disco ult. Here is up. Vegas gets it. Rama kills the arc. That's unfortunate. That she would have been dead almost instantly. Said hell no? Yeah, I know. Kinda ran away. Fire Wave's going in. On Titan, so Order wants to win this fight. Needs to win it hard. Kali out force. Gets the kill. Disco. Obviously, alternate timeline coming in clutch twice for her. Game should be semi-saved. For now. For now, defended. Obviously, 3-birded. Mid-bird respawning. This left side is your most important. Right? Furthest away from FG again. Mid-bird spawn. They have to deal with that last Fire Wave in mid. You're going to see these two, probably another 2 after for Fire Wave and left. And preparation. If they can spawn those, they've recovered. Because obviously right bird's okay, because I can help clear that all the way up until you're hovering for FG fight. It's this left one that's pivotal. Looks like he's going to shove this. Kali hasn't spawned yet, so you can take this. They want to play off this 4v4. Relic Graveyard, though. So Disco's going to be the target called out for Chaos, obviously knowing her relics are down. Kali is just spawning. We got that last Fire Wave here and left. That's what Bakos wants to hover there for. I think the Kali knows that they want to hover there for it. So they want to pull. Typically, you're gonna Chaos wants to pull with this pressure. This Fire Wave is pretty pivotal. Obviously, that's what you're seeing. They're pinging. They're going to have to see someone deal with it. Because that fire wave's going to push. So Chaos just has to sit here and wait. They're going to play this patiently. Order is forced to make the decision. Someone has to show. This is for all the marbles. Waving high to you? 100%. Hi, Blondie's hair. It's crazy. Dropped FG. They're pinging it. They're waiting. That's all Chaos is waiting for. They keep pinging it over and over again. The toupee, true. I'm like Donald Trump all over. GG. Go next. Big strike. Good damage. Quarter health. Free poke. They pulled FG. Taking his way. Calls for the Nox maybe. Or a rail. There's the Nike blink ult on all three. Snipes in. There's the Kali. That should be game. Unless I'm seeing any return. No. Yeah. Really, really good engages from the Nike Kali, right? Getting on top. If the Nike get a blink jump or a blink ult on all the, like both DPSs and the tank, on top of the Kali following up with what's left over is actually just the same. And that should be it. If fire waves pouring in from the left, they can just pull Titan and just run it down for GG. Really well played. And Chaos runs away with it. GG. And the cheer. Damn, I appreciate that. Hey, but the real natural look the way. We can't fake that shit. Yeah. This is fake here. I'm just kidding. It's definitely not fake, but whatever. I want to say it's fake, but it's definitely not. Holy.